Just when you thought you could turn your back and walk away, the dark cloud of human indignity follows you. You have no choice but to turn and look it in the eye. It's the sex offender hit list.
Now we're going to head down to Louisiana for our next chomo. Back on September 14th of this year, the Shreveport Police sex crimes detectives were contacted by the regular cops there after receiving disturbing information regarding the sexual assault of a juvenile involving this chomo. This is 56-year-old Anthony Bell. And then following the report of that, an emergency forensic interview was conducted with the juvenile victim, which provided crucial evidence that led to Bell's arrest on one count of indecent behavior with a juvenile. What that indecent behavior is could be anywhere from sexual contact to sexual intercourse to, well, actually a lot of things, but number one thing, it's a major felony, and we want this cat off the streets. See ya, chomo!
Now get in there!
Okay, we'll head down to Florida here. We've got a Spring Hill man. This is 21-year-old Caleb Elijah Sumner, and he was arrested on Tuesday following an investigation into possession and distribution of child sexual abuse material. The Hernando County Sheriff's Office received information about Sumner's activities back on June 16th of this year, and of course they obtained a search warrant for his residence. During the execution of that warrant, detectives from the Special Victims Unit found evidence that linked this chomo to the child sexual abuse material. And after being read his rights, Sumner admitted that he owned the two email addresses that were associated with the social media accounts that contained that material, but only confessed to owning one of the social media accounts before requesting a lawyer. Sumner was subsequently arrested and then charged with possession of child sexual abuse material, sexual performance by a child, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. And I love it because he's currently being held at the Hernando County Detention Center with no bond. See ya, chomo. Tennessee. The Maury County Regional Medical Center was placed on a lockdown after a firearm was discharged on campus. According to officials with Maury Regional Health, they discovered a man entered the emergency department's public restroom where he shot himself twice in the chest. Okay guys, you may recognize him as he was posted on my last sex offender hit list. This is former pastor and former Maury County mayoral candidate David M. Baker, and he was facing a sexual battery charge. Baker was arrested and charged with sexual battery on Tuesday afternoon, and then earlier Wednesday, the next day, he posted out a $200,000 bond. Baker then went to the Maury Regional Medical Center's emergency department on Wednesday, where he died by suicide. No other people were in the restroom at the time of the shooting, and no other patients or staff members were harmed. See ya, chomo.
My mother told me there'd be days like this.
North Carolina. A Delco man was arrested on Tuesday, the 17th, on charges related to the production of child sexual abuse material. Now look at this chomo, man. He's just like staring us down, all creepy looking, eyes all sunk together with a big nose. Well, anyways, according to the Columbus County Sheriff's Office, we've got 38-year-old Christopher Ryan Anderson. He's being accused of recording, photographing, and filming a child engaging in sexual activity. The material was developed for profit. Yeah, sick chomo. Anderson was charged with first-degree sexual exploitation of a minor He's being held under a $250,000 secured bond. Yeah. See ya, Chomo. Florida. This Chomo was facing criminal charges after investigators said that he abducted a Plant City teenager from her house after she agreed to meet with him. And it issued a statewide missing child alert. According to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, the 13-year-old left her family's home early Saturday, and they spent the whole day and up into the evening hours looking for her until investigators traced the teen to Broward County, where she was found with 38-year-old Edward Rodriguez. The HCSO said the two met online on one of the various social media apps there. Rodriguez faces one count of lewd or lascivious molestation, one count of providing aid to a minor without notifying a parent or law enforcement officers, and of course one count of interference with child custody. Yeah, I figured I'd leave the blooper in there for this one. I mean, gotta hand it to you guys. Gotta make fun of these chomos somehow. Right, Mr. Rodriguez? See ya, Chomo.
I'd like to know what dirty stool pigeon squealed on me.
Yes, he looks all sweet and innocent, but we all know chomos come in different shapes, sizes, and forms. Good looking, bad looking, it doesn't matter. They're all chomos. Right? This one comes from Indiana. A 21-year-old Fort Wayne man was arrested Wednesday on child molestation charges. A warrant was issued for this guy, Randy Curry, who is accused of molesting a preteen girl over several years. The case was set in motion after the victim, who's now a teenager, told an adult at school about the abuse. She said the alleged abuse began when she was between 8 and 10 years old and stopped when she was around 12. That's according to a probable cause affidavit, which was written up by Fort Wayne Police Department Detective Todd Battershaw. Curry once threatened her that something bad would happen to her if she told anyone about the abuse. Curry allegedly told police the assaults may have happened when he was about 14 or 15, which is kind of horrible being an 8-year-old, you know what I mean? Which was a time where he was abusing narcotics, the court document said. Curry said he didn't remember the abuse or any other details from that time due to the drug use, which is probably fabricated because that's just something he said, nothing that was backed up. Well, anyways, Corey's due in court on Monday for his first court appearance in the matter. He's being held without bond until then, which is an awesome thing. See ya, Curry. Damon Smith is accused of stalking the house and peering into the window of a couple's 14-year-old daughter. The girl's father allegedly caught Smith doing exactly that Saturday and whacked him with a baseball bat, setting off a chase in the neighborhood before losing sight of Smith. Flagler County Sheriff's deputies later located Smith, who confessed to the incident. So here's how it went down. The homeowner, we're going to call him RB, and his wife had detected the alleged stalking the night before. The next evening, RB decided to be on the lookout. So he grabbed a beer and a baseball bat, and he sat in a dark area of his backyard around 8 o'clock at night. It was about a half an hour after sunset, and sure enough, there was the same silhouette again. Same white shoes, same shirt. The silhouette passed him by within 5 feet and didn't notice him and headed across the yard and rounded the house. Well, old RB got up and he followed him, and he found the man with his face stuck against the window of RB's daughter's bedroom, his hands cupped around his eyes, peering into the window. RB immediately whacked the man with the baseball bat between his shoulder blades, and the man screamed and ran. Well, when deputies asked Smith why he goes around other people's houses, he said he gets a thrill and adrenaline rush from it. He's facing an aggravated stalking charge, a third-degree felony, and a sex offense voyeurism charge, a first-degree misdemeanor. I think those charges should be reversed, by the way. He's being held at the Flagler County Jail on an $85,000 bond. $75,000 of it is for the aggravated stalking charge. Yeah. See ya, Chomo.
I'm gonna give you solitary confinement for 99 years.
Okay, I don't know much about this Chomo other than the fact that he looks seriously crazy. This one came from Facebook. I think it's North Carolina because it's Raleigh. But this is Timothy O'Neill Bass, a 43-year-old, and he was arrested after kidnapping and raping a 13-year-old child in Raleigh. He's being charged with the following. We've got felony statutory rape of a child under 15, another one of the same count, and then felony indecent liberties with a child, felony first-degree kidnapping, and felony selling or delivering CS minor under 13, or between 13 and 16, whatever that one is. And he's got no bond until his first appearance. Yeah, I wouldn't give him no bond ever.
Let me out of here! Let me out of here!
When a child experiences trauma, they can be stripped of their ability to imagine. But imagination is colors. All the colors. Imagination is freedom, and whatever you want it to be. But a child without imagination is not a child at all. Will you help defend our right to imagine?